Here's Joey. Hello YouTube, it's Joanna Delilah. It's me, don't worry, I'm not going to get you. I'm in disguise as Jack Nicholson from The Shining. I really hope I get this up for Halloween. If not, we'll be early prepared for next Halloween, won't we? Or any other kind of costume party. So I hope you like this costume look. It's seriously really easy to do. Like, if you can't think what to go as a fancy dress costume and you've got an hour to do it, then cut out a piece of card, stick it on your head, and you're good to go. Do you know what? I actually think even the makeup is optional with this. I think if you just make the little door and just go around making faces all night, you pretty much cracked it anyway. But if you would like to see how I did this makeup, then stay tuned and I'll show you now. Right, let's have a go at this then. I'm copying from a picture of the man himself, you know, the iconic one, like all the teeth and eyes. And I'm going to be using mainly foundations and grease paints. I've got my Kryolan foundations, yeah, Kryolan Supracolour foundations and some grease paints as well to add a few different tones and colours in. I'm going to be using a stipple sponge. If you haven't got a stipple sponge, you can just use, like, stipple it on with a brush, or cut up a little sponge and pick bits out of it so it's a bit more textured. You can make your own stipple sponge, but I've got one, so I don't need to do that. And I'll probably also use some of my trusty Mehron eyeshadows, which I use for almost everything, because there's a really nice palette of different skin tones. And let's have a go. Let's try and Jack Nicholson myself. Just putting a base foundation all over first of all. You'll have to excuse me because throughout this video I'm going to have to keep doing the Jack grimace to see, like, if I've got it right. And I'll time lapse most of this, so you'll probably just keep seeing me going throughout. I need to darken these bits. I'm going to use my, sometimes I would like move these lines, but I think I'm going to just fit it within my own face a little bit rather than trying to paint Jack Nicholson's face on top of me, on top of my face. Jack Nicholson, oh shut up. So following the picture that I'm looking at, I'm just copying wherever he's got darker spots. I'm adding darker spots to the foundation with a softer brush. And I'm going to blend the lines a little bit, but not too much, because it's not going to look photorealistic. It's more of a sort of theatrical aging technique, but once you've got your costume on, it's going to be quite clear who you are. And now I'm going to do the same with the lighter tones to put in the highlights where he's got highlights. Right, so to create my 5 o'clock shadow, I'm going to use the grease paints and the stipple sponge, and I'm going to mix between a bit of black, a bit of brown, a little bit of grey, and keep doing that and dabbing it on. But first I'm going to just take the excess off on my hand, because I want to build this up gradually. Just adding a really little bit of red grease paint. Obviously we don't want him to be wearing lipstick. But just to give the lips a little bit of pigment to them. I'm going to carefully just powder, and then I might go back in with some eyeshadows to put back some definition if I need it. I'm just going to go back over some of the lines just to deepen them up a little bit with some powder eyeshadows. Don't want to go too mad, but just a little bit. Nearly there. I'm just going to go around and darken up some of the shaded areas a little bit more. Right, I think I'm nearly there. Just put my costume on. So I made this took me about 20 minutes. A3 card. I just cut it a bit jaggedly, painted it with acrylic paints. I painted it white, and then I just striped through while the paint was wet with some brown acrylics just to give it some texture. I cut a little window for myself to look through. What would have been better would be, what I would recommend you do is just tie some elastic around so it's like a mask. I couldn't find any elastic, so I did it this way. So I'm going to tie it at the back of my head, and I'm just going to adjust my hair a little bit. Obviously obviously I know Jack Nicholson doesn't have red curly hair, but I think it's pretty clear who I'm trying to be, so I don't think it matters too much. And thank you for watching. Do follow me on Instagram because I love it. Visit my website. Oh, please subscribe, rate, comment and all of that because I love it when you do that. And I'll be back soon with something more. I don't know what yet, but I definitely will be back soon with something more. Bye. Oh, there's Bye.